Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Alicia, Deneen, Sandy from Red Heart Crochet, Rosie, little Rosie is here. Who else is here? How is everybody tonight? So I am going to show my hands. However, it was doing the same thing it did the last time. So I restarted my phone to make sure that whatever was hung is gone, and I will try to rejoin. So give me just a minute. Hi, Mary. Hi, Lori. Hey, there's Alice. Alice is Jan Keeley. Hi, Sandy. Oh, Nathan's here. Nathan, how you doing? I'm trying to join my hands in. Give me a second. Okay, I've got a picture. There I am. Turn the mic off. I had to do this last time too because for some reason it okay. There we go. Except I'm hearing myself. Hi, Amelia. Hi, Danny. See? It's not going to work if it's going to if it's going to keep my voice on there. Is that better? Nope. Why does it keep going back up? Maybe it'll work now. I've got it muted. So can you guys hear it? Hi, Diamond Girl. See? Mm-hmm. That's what I was worried about. I even shut my phone off and came back in. Still? Hi, Wendy Joe. Well, you guys can hear me because I've got sound on my laptop. But I'm talking about this. You can hear this too. And I we can't be doing that. Driving me nuts. May have to send myself a new link. Pretty sure it had the silent mode on. Try again. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Tonight we are going to just go over just like several cases, just sort of clearing up some of what's going on. Yeah, and I don't want the echo. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. Okay, I've muted it. I have muted it. But see, you still hear it. So I just took a look at you. And know that I am knitting, you guys. I am knitting. You just can't see my hands. All right, let's get this thing out of the way. Let me say hello to you alls. Hi, Linda. Okay, we've got Rosie, Alicia, Red Heart Crochet, Hook by Deneen is here, Mary Webb, Nathan Crochet, Jan Keeling, Lori Wallace, Sandy Michaels, Denny Benini, Amelia, Wendy Joe, Diamond Girl, Tammy Rest, thank you for coming. Hello, Wendy Joe and Lori Armstrong. Lori is just lurking. She's got yeah. Just take it easy, girl. Bonnie Bunting, Linda, and A Stitch in Crime. Hello from Maine. Glad you're here. Hello, everybody. I think I got everybody. So glad you guys are here. So this one is just going to be on the roundtables. I like us to just talk about whatever we want to talk about that's crime related. I do want to touch base on a few cases that I am watching and following, getting updates and stuff on. There was an arraignment. No, it was my phone. For some reason, it won't let me mute it. And the sound from my phone is weird. If I mute the laptop and use the phone, the sound from the phone, there's a real weird echo there. So I'm just going to leave it off for now. Whatever. Probably need to reboot my laptop. So the first one I want to talk about is Lori Vallow. Now, this is the case that I covered on Friday. She had an arraignment yesterday. She appeared in court. She did not enter a plea. She spoke when the judge talked to her, but she did not enter a plea. So what happens when she does not enter a plea, then her lawyer enters a not guilty plea for her on all accounts. That's how that works. So in other words, she claimed not guilty on everything, even though she didn't speak. Yeah. Vertigo, and it sucks. Oh my gosh, Wendy, I can't believe you're doing another one. How cool, girl, you are moving on those. Yes, as a sufferer myself, I know it's not fun, Lori. It is not fun at all. Are you taking meclizine for the vertigo? So, Lori's trial had been set for October 22nd. Now that's a tentative date, okay? Now Chad Daybell, her husband, had appeared in court also, and his date had been set for the 9th of January, 2023. So what's going to happen now is they're going to have to all get together. So the state, those that are representing the state for the lawyers for Chad Daybell, and those that are representing the lawyers that are representing the state for Lori Vallow, and the judge will all have to get together and decide on a date, because there has been a motion to put both of their trials together. So they are going to be tried together. And the big deal, and I watched all this for you guys, just so you know. Yes, finally arraigned. Lori Vallow Daybell, finally arraigned. Hi, Sharon. So it was like 2.5 hours for Chad's arraignment. Not his arraignment, for his appearance on Tuesday. And they were discussing what they were going to do about the trial. They have not actually come to an agreement as to where the trial is going to be. Some of them wanted in Ada County, and the others, I can't remember. I think the prosecutors want it in Ada County, and the defense wants it in Fremont County. Okay, but they would have to bus everybody, and then they also are thinking they're going to sequester it. So if they do that, then it's a big expense for that area to have to put on this trial. The numbers were over $350,000. Hi, Chels. Yeah, over $300,000. So what they are accused of, Nathan, is Chad Daybell is accused of killing his wife before Lori. They've exhumed her body and everything. And they are both accused of a conspiracy to kill Lori Daybell's children, who would be Tylee, she would have been 16, and JJ, who was 8. Plus Lori's husband at the time, Charles Vallow. Yes, they're talking, they don't think they're going to get a fair trial. I'm going to be turning my air conditioner on and off, you guys, because we got to over 90 degrees here today. They're claiming that they wouldn't get a fair trial, but you know what? At this point, in this case, the nationwide attention they've gotten, there's no way they're going to get a jury that doesn't know about this case. They're just not. So that's a moot point. Hi, Carrie. Good to see you. Deneen still has snow. Whoa. Crazy. Yes, it was over 90 today. Okay, so another case that I am keeping an eye on, and it was covered by, well, not today, but I think it was yesterday. Duty Ron talked about it, and it's the Marcus Spanevelo case. Now, Marcus Spanevelo is accused of killing his ex-wife. Well, were they married? Ex-girlfriend, the mother of his child, and that was in Florida. And he's accused of kidnapping her, killing her, and burying her. Her body was found in a barn that is on property connected to him. The little girl, her name is Sailor. She's 4 years old, and she is back with her family, and she is safe. Yeah, the gravedigger's wife is pretty good coverage of this. And also, if you go to East Idaho News on YouTube, and eastidahonews.com, they have a lot of coverage of the Lori Vallow case. The Marcus Spanevelo, he has been extradited to Florida. Now this guy is fighting everybody every step of the way. He doesn't want to tell them anything. He doesn't want to do anything. He didn't want to get extradited. He didn't want to. He has not yet been charged with her murder, and the reason is because they are still in the process of doing the toxicology and all of the things. The coroner's office, they're doing all of that, so the autopsy and everything, and they've not got those results back. So I expect that when they do, they're probably going to charge him with murder, but they can't do that right now. He's been held on other things. Oh, I'm surprised though, Lori. That surprises me. Yes, and her name is, so the Marcus Spanevelo, he is responsible for, accused of killing Cassie Carley. That is her name. The little girl is, no, I didn't. I did not hear that. Is that when I was driving? I don't remember. He's had several updates the last few days, and I didn't get to watch all the way through all of them. Got my notes up here. I know the Spanevelo. Oh, God, what a weasel he looks like, huh? Yeah, he's trying to control everything. Florida gave him a $21K bail, but 10% would be required. Okay. Is that 2 million or 21,000? Because 21,000 is not. Hey, Cheryl. Yeah, he's got a lot of issues. So I really don't have any doubt that, yeah. Every state is different. So in Texas, I believe it's 15%. In Nevada, I think it's 15%. Some places it's 10%. So every state is different on the percentage of the bail. Just so y'all know. $21,000. Well, there's no way he's going to get out then. That's nuts. Well, because I imagine it's because they have not charged him with the murder yet. So his charges were, wasn't it like a fraud charge or something else? Well, they think part of the reason why he did what he did is because, oh, Alabama put a hold on him. Well, that's good. That's good. So he's on hold until they get the results back, I hope. No, as far as I know, that stuff has not come back yet, Sandy. Destroying evidence. Okay. I knew there were like 2 or 3 charges there, but it wasn't murder. Okay. Awesome. So if he posts his bond, then he will have to be held in Alabama. Awesome. Hi, Delphine. How are you? So the next thing I wanted to talk about is the Gabby Pettio case. There is some new news related to the Gabby Pettio case, and that is that the Pettitos and the Laundries are going to meet in court. And that is slated for August of 23. Now they're saying there's a definite possibility that this could there's a they're duking it out with their counters. So one countered the other, so on and so forth. So it's still not for sure that they're going to even get into court. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Lenia. So the Pettinos are accusing the Laundries of withholding evidence pertaining to Gabby, her phone, her whereabouts, her vehicle. He drove the vehicle back. They didn't even say anything about that. She was last heard from at somewhere around the last part of August, and then she was found strangled in September in Wyoming. And Brian Laundrie was reported missing September 17th, and his body was found in the Everglades about a month later. And through none of that time that she was missing did the parents of Brian Laundrie let them know that Gabby was missing. They had no couth whatsoever in telling the parents of that girl that she was missing, and they knew she was missing. So they want to go to court and hold them responsible for withholding this information. I know. We did a bit. You guys have to go watch Duty Ron's video because we all did a little snippet for him. And thank you, Deb, for that. Delphine, yours was great. So clear. Mine came out all grainy. I don't know what happened. It was clear when I sent it. Somehow when it got translated by Josh, it was quiet. So quiet. I don't know what happened, but it was so much fun. His parents they just, what kind of people do what they did? I mean, come on. What kind of people actually withhold evidence from another family's, about another family's loved ones? I mean, this is a girl that was in their house. This is a girl that they knew that was going to marry him. This is somebody who was, regardless of if the kids had problems or whatever. I mean, who just doesn't, they completely blocked them and wouldn't tell them anything. It's just ridiculous. I know, right? Nobody you want to know, right? Yes, it was fun. It was so much fun. Yeah, they're duking it out about the cost of the Daybell case. I mean, crazy, isn't it? And if she was going to be a part of their family, exactly. Who withholds that kind of information? It's just, and what kind of parents don't tell your child you have to do the right thing because you've now brought this home. You came home. You came home without her. There's obvious something's going on. You need to fess up. You need to do what's right. And what parents don't do that? And you need to face the music. You need to face up to what you did. Oh, hi, Heather. Good to see you. Yeah. Yeah, there's that too, right, Sharon? If he was actually raised well, would he have killed her in the first place? There, that that's a very good point. Absolutely. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, August of 23, this the way that they're duking this out back and forth. Who knows if this is actually going to get into court? So we just have to wait and see what happens. The next one, which was a really big shock, Alicia and I, Duty Ron and Ed and all of us over there, we were like, are you kidding? Barry Morphew, the case has been dropped against Barry Morphew. The prosecutors moved to have the case dismissed. The judge granted the motion, which allows for charges to be brought at a later date. Okay? Now, Barry Morphew is accused of killing his wife, Suzanne, who disappeared on Mother's Day of 2020. And this was in near Salida in Colorado. And she was an avid biker, mountain biker. And Mother's Day morning, her girls were not around. They normally would have been around, but they weren't there, and they're older. They're over 18, I believe. One, I know at least one was off to college. One may be married. I can't remember for sure. No kidding, Sharon. Morphew's lawyer is oilier than mobile. Yeah. Hi, Bree. The prosecution in the Morphew case seems to think they may know where the body is and to look for it, but it's under 5 feet of snowpack. And so there is hope that they will find her. They have narrowed down a place. But here's the thing. With what they had on him being so circumstantial without her body, they felt like, and they had a lot of, this is something that was not talked about, and that is the fact that the judge in this hearing, even before this hearing, threw out several of the experts and said that their testimony was not going to be allowed. And that was the veterinarian who would have talked about the veterinary dart that they found in the laundry. Yeah, tranquilizer dart. Hi, Erica. And 2 or 3 other experts that were going to talk. I can't remember what. One of them, I could see where it was kind of iffy, but that was a blow for them not to have those experts be there. So it was really eroding. A lot of things were starting to erode there. And I think they decided they were going to wait and get more evidence. Hi, Miguel. Though they were definitely, if you're talking about the Laundries, they were definitely protecting their son, which is wrong. Just wrong. So the one in Colorado that I am talking about is the Barry Morphew, and who was accused of killing Suzanne Morphew. He walked, no charges. So what will happen is they will have a chance now at dismissing it. They will have a chance now to go back in when they get some evidence that they know will put him away. They messed up, though. They messed up a lot in this case, and we'll be going over this case on another episode, but they messed up a lot. So they really need to clean up their act and get this one. They need to tighten things up, and they need to find her. So it's 2 years. It's been 2 years in the making. She went missing Mother's Day of 2020. So her mountain bike and her helmet were found, and they were absolutely clean. They didn't look like they'd been dropped or dirtied or anything. There was just, it looks like everything had just been kind of placed there. But everybody and their brother touched the bike and everything, so they really screwed up the crime scene there. So they're going to have to fix it. And then I thought we might cover this case if you guys want to care. Is anybody, hi Gracie. If you guys have heard of the Anthony Todt case, has anyone heard of this case? This is in Florida, and he was convicted of killing his wife and 3 children. Let me put the name, is a little hard to understand. And that's the name right there. And I thought, I mean, we could cover this one too if you guys. What a little spider. Well, okay, but they also knew that he left. So even if Brian didn't, he should have turned himself in. And when he didn't turn himself in, they should have done something about it. And the amount of time that passed, I mean, it was a whole month before they found the body. So don't tell me that they could not have turned him in and said, we know more than something. We know something has happened and he's not doing the right thing. So they should have. That I guess that's my point. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that I think that's very well what could have happened. Absolutely. But they still didn't do the right thing. Oh, there's no shortage. I could go on and on, Diamond Girl. Oh yes. Yeah, so Anthony Todt was a physical therapist. He had a physical therapy, like a business. I'm gonna take a drink, you guys. And his business was really, he wasn't doing so well. He wasn't working. So then, and he and his family had moved to Florida, and when they did, they incurred a lot of expenses. He was racking up expenses right and left because he didn't want to tell his family that they didn't have the money that they had before. So he was just, yeah. And there was some fraud related to healthcare, Medicare, Medicaid, healthcare type stuff, right? The police went to arrest him on these fraud charges for the Medicaid, for the Medicare, the healthcare fraud, and they discovered these bodies that were all wrapped up in the house, and he had been in the house with these bodies for a long time. A long time. I'm trying to remember. I want to say it was the Fort Lauderdale area. Pretty sure it was the Fort Lauderdale area. So his wife was Megan, 43 years old, and they had 3 children, Alec, 13, Tyler, 11, Zoe, 4, and the dog's name was Breezy. Don't know what kind of dog it was. And he killed them all. So guilty as charged, but it's another one of those. Okay, that guy, was way out there on some stuff, and it would be a very interesting case if you guys wanted to cover it. We could. Even the dog. Yep. Celebration, Florida. Isn't that close to Fort Lauderdale? Do you know? Yeah, I know. Probably so that the dog would not make noise. You know, we've got to do a clean slate. So part of what he was saying was that he and his wife always had this talk with their children about how they brought the children into the world. So, you know, they were responsible whenever it was time for the children to leave the world. Well, because this is some really great logic, right? Anthony Todt. Finally got it. That little spider's been crawling all around my desk, and I finally it's one of those little dust spiders that drops down. I mean, this guy was a piece of cake. Near Orlando. Okay. Thank you, Alicia. So that's kind of now, if any of you are going to ask me about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, I have not been following that. I am quite sure that there will be a movie. We can all watch the movie because isn't that how they do that? I mean, it's idiotic if you ask me. And I did not watch the slap that was heard across the world either. That's a whole celebrity thing, and I didn't follow that one either. Yeah, we'll watch the movie, right, Alicia? Because you know what's coming. Oh, so no, I have not been watching that one. If you guys are interested, that's okay. It's just I'm not. I don't get that. I really don't, because it's not to me. Why do we have to watch that? It's a defamation thing. I mean, I don't know. I guess they're celebrities and it's interesting to people. So, but it's not interesting to me. So, again, I'm not putting anybody down if it is. It's just, but that's not my thing. Let's put it that way. So that's been the other hot case that's been going on this week. Is why I bring that up. She said, Denise saw the slap because she was watching the Oscars. Oh my gosh. Okay, Dr. Dussel was found not guilty on all 14 charges. Oh, that's another one. I have not dug into that one, but wow. Oh, there was one other one I wanted to talk about. Oh, you're still awake. Hi, Lacey. So glad you're here. Yes, the duffel bag. That one is just. I want to say it's the kid, but they're saying they brought this kid in. He was asleep upstairs. Now, you know, I'm pretty out when I put my earbuds in and all that kind of stuff, but he was asleep upstairs and didn't know anything. They took him in and they checked him out. They said it wasn't him, but I don't know. You look at that video. Near Disney resorts. Okay. You know what? I do remember seeing that in some of the news stuff. Which case, Nathan? Which one have you heard about? Oh my gosh. Yeah, they think it's an ex-lover, but I'm still not convinced. He's a shorty. If it's an ex-lover, he's a shorty. I don't know. I don't know. That one is just a bit. Gall case. Dr. Gall. Okay. I'm gonna have to go brush up on that one. Oh, okay, Nathan. You're talking. That's the only one you'd heard of. Okay. And like I said, it's okay. It's just not. Was just not my thing. Nobody was murdered. It's just, why do we need to know about that? They're gonna work it out one way or the other. Just anyway. I don't know. I'll shut up. I heard that there were security cameras, and I did not know that till I watched Police Off the Cuff with Bill. I heard it today when I was driving, and that's what I was thinking. Deb, he does look shorter. I know. Hi, Joyce. You know there's going to be a movie. You know there is. So the lady in the duffel bag. Oh my gosh, is that what we're going to say? Bless her heart. You know, she came here from like Romania or somewhere, and she married. She's got this son, and evidently, I don't know. They're saying that she was possibly some. I think the neighborhood she lived in was maybe uh, a Queens neighborhood, but it was like a more affluent area. I don't know. Something. Yeah, careers were murdered. I like that. So the handyman is reported to be young, like in his 20s. Interesting. Mm, that would fit, wouldn't it? And they said that he was somebody who would know where the extra key was, all of that kind of stuff. Gosh, can you imagine? So she was stabbed over 60 times, and then he put her in the kid's duffel bag and walked her down the road and then dumped her body underneath a bridge on the side of the highway and left out. And they found her by following the blood trail that led back to the house. That's how they knew where she lived. Yeah, why she took the body? And maybe he got tired. He was carrying it, got tired, decided I'll just leave it here. He didn't have a car. He showed up without a car. She let him in. Or she was home. She hadn't been home very long. And he shows up. He's got a key and he comes in. I don't know. I think she was fairly petite, yes. Yeah. I'm thinking that's if when I saw that. Oh, thank you, Denny. It did really well the last time, and I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but I thought, let's try it and see. But it's actually the round table that I did last week did better than a lot of the other ones. So thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah. Well, with the body camera, with the cameras that were in the house and stuff, and the that all up and down there, they all have to have cameras on their doorstep, the ring or whatever. I'm sure they do because um, it's a fairly affluent neighborhood. So this guy, they're gonna figure it out. They're gonna figure that out. What other? Oh, the other one I was going to talk about, and I had heard about this one, but Texas is intent on putting a woman to death for killing her 2-year-old here in Texas. And according to a lot of people, it's been talked about with the, what do you call that outfit that they look into cases. Let me look it up real quick, you guys. I may be looking away from the camera here, but I don't think that I can share this because I'm not on that platform. I don't see it. Oh, wait, here it is. Melissa Lucio is her name, and she is facing execution on the 27th, so in 7 days. And there have been a lot of attorneys and others that are petitioning for clemency from the governor's Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles. Um, they're saying she was coerced into that confession. So, oh, Lacey, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you guys like this. I think these roundtables are fun. To sit and talk about it, I love it. Oh yeah, all the time. So I'll keep an eye on it, but I don't know that she's gonna. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen on that one. But that's another one that I'm watching because I have listened to some podcasts about that. There's a movie I think about that one also, and the Melissa Lucia honestly was an abused person. She was abused by the men in her life. Um, she didn't have much. She she had all these kids. She loved every one of them. She always made sure, no matter what, the woman didn't sleep a lot of times. Now, you know, Chelsea can attest to not being able to sleep when you have little ones, okay? But this woman literally went days without sleep because she was trying to provide for all of these kids because these men weren't doing it. And it, it's a bad deal. And what happened was the little one fell down their stairs and she had sustained some injuries that the family, all of all of the kids and all that stuff, they didn't realize how bad it was. And she didn't take her to the doctor. Was her worst problem. She just thought she got up, she walked away, so she's probably okay, right? And in retrospect, she was not okay, and she had some other underlying health issues. So, what? You don't know what? Yeah, oh, Chelsea. She doesn't know what I'm talking about. Yes, you do. Anyway, it's just a very, 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 very sad, sad thing, and it's going to be sad if they do execute her, because in her case, I'm really not so sure that she did anything wrong. I'm really not. Other than the fact that she really should have taken her to the doctor. So, and to me, that's not a capital offense. So, the little girl wound up passing away from her injuries and some other things that were going on. It is sticky. Absolutely is, Denisha. Yep, it is sticky. And I don't do politics here, so we're not going to get into the politics of some of the cases. I mean, we'll touch on some of it, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not going to get into some deep discussions on stuff. So I try to stay away from the controversies. You know, I was a hairdresser. We didn't talk about religion or politics. I was taught that like 40 years ago, maybe more. Hey, Sylvia, come on in. Yeah, do about a week of it, and then, yep. Oh, thank you. I do try. I do try. Oh yeah. I mean, listen, we could get into what I have. I've been watching The Masked Singer. I've been watching American Idol on Hulu. So don't tell me what's going on, because if it hasn't been posted yet, I won't know. So it needs to stay a mystery. I've been watching um what's it? Outlander and Picard. So yeah, I take breaks and watch some of the other things, get caught up on some of the other stuff, and then go back to it. Aw. So what other? That one, and then Cheryl was asking me about which Colorado case that I was talking about, because there is also a Colorado case that's just had some updates just this last week or last 2 weeks. I want to say it was last week, and that one is. Let me grab the headline off of that one and see if I can tell you guys. Oh, did I not save it? Dang it. I did not save that, Cheryl, but I'm probably going to have to. I will probably go back and bring it up for you though. Oh, that's a deep dive, Sandy. Oh my gosh, the ambulance stuff. So, what is that one called? Night Watch? Oh, I devoured the one about New Orleans, the Night Watch in New Orleans. That was so much fun. The original one. Cassie Wright case, yes. I'll be digging into that one too. I know. You're not the only one, Joan. Yeah, you're not the only one. I could watch Forensic Files over and over again because the forensic side of things is what I really, really like, and that is how they catch people, what it is that actually gets them. You know what I mean? All of the forensic stuff is really that's very fascinating to me. Okay, Cheryl, love you. You take care. Already done my father back to 1600 England. Um, yeah, I started some. Did I miss something? Yeah, Luther's good. Yeah, the CSI side of it, I love that. I could spend a night with Ed Wallace, just going over all that stuff because I love it. It fascinates me. Matter of fact, you guys saying that, now I want to start Forensic Files over again. I did my genealogy back to a certain point, but I was a little upset when it came to a level of knowledge that I was not able to obtain without paying the Mormons for it because I have it locked up in a vault somewhere. Like my genealogy is locked up with the Mormons. I don't understand that. So I said, no, I'm not going to pay more to get there. I know. I can just run it and run it and run it. Cops and Forensic Files. Just run it and run it. Oh, and to me, Luther is just, of course, Luther is not my favorite sexy colored man. I get in trouble for saying colored, black, whatever it is. He's not my favorite. I have a favorite. That would be Denzel. That's my favorite. Yes, Idris rocks. And the listen to me. His accent and all that just makes it all that much sexier. I watched the Midsummer Murders for a really long time, but when we lost the young kid, the dynamic changed a little bit, and then they changed the main guy. We lost him, and that changed the dynamic. And I really have not watched the end of all that stuff, but I love the the first few seasons of that one. Those were a lot of fun. Yeah, Shamar Moore was but he's really full of himself. That Shamar Moore. That's Criminal Minds. Yeah, if you've seen, he's gotten himself in a little bit of trouble. I know. I loved Bones too. I could watch Bones all the way through again. Okay, Lulu. Thank you, Cindy, for being here. He is very egotistical. That's what I think too. Well, you and Crystal being a Dexter addict. Back to Scottish royalty. I have not watched much Angel, but now when it comes to Angel, I like him. That's hi Patricia. Oh my gosh. Angel. Oh, he was on Firefly, and that is one of my favorite shows ever. Is Firefly. Nathan. Gosh, what's his last name? Nathan something. Captain Fancy Pants on Firefly. Thank you, Denny. Thank you for being here. Nathan Fillion. Thank you. No, I have not watched Bridgerton. I really couldn't get into it. I just couldn't get into it. You like Firefly? Oh, it's so good. So one of the podcasts that I listen to, okay, and religiously, I am a member of the Plus, which is they have their own app, and that is Sword and Scale. And that is Mike Bedeau. I don't know how to say his last name. And I love his voice. I love the way he tells the story of the cases. And he has covered he's covered some stuff that has really shook me up. Really shook me up. But I really enjoy the way he tells the story. And a lot of things, I have heard a lot of cases through him. Yeah, he was on Castle too. I'll put that in there for those that, and that is a podcast. So if any of you listen to podcasts, I love that one. Love Sword and Scale. Other crime, the Forensic Files. I'm not a fan of Hunter, whatever his name is. I'm really not a fan of him at all. Even though he's Texas. Yeah. I watched Bones. Oh, gosh. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to 48 Hours. I listen to 2020. I listen to, oh, I know Wallander, the original Wallander. Now, I haven't really gotten into the young Wallander. There's another one there, but the original Wallander I really like. Those are the British crime shows that I binge watch those. Several of those. Well, ER was the original. Joyce says she takes me along when she goes on the dog walks. Let's see, podcasts. 48 Hours. The Murder Sheet is another one. Dateline. Now, those of you that brought up Serial podcast, I did a binge listen to what case was that? Adnan. But I'm just not a fan of that podcast at all. So I probably won't be continuing that one. Killer Roll was good. Erin Moriarty, who was from 48 Hours, Dateline, she has her own called My Life of Crime. Cold Case Files is on podcast. I used to listen to Case File, but for some reason, I just can't get into him. I don't know. The last few times that I've listened to him, I haven't really liked him. Okay, Wendy Jo. I don't know that one. The Way I Heard It? Okay. Huh. I'll have to look at that. The early Morse stuff called Endeavor. I'll have to look that. Yeah, Homicide. I'm just not a fan of him. He's just kind of it's the way that they present that show. I was not really crazy about that. Micro. So what is that one called? Yes, Unsolved Mysteries. You know that that's back, Bree? Unsolved Mysteries is back. Okay, Micro. The Way I Heard It. The way I heard it. Okay, I'm gonna add him and I will give him a listen. Got it. I'll try him out. Endeavor. Write that down. And I was watching Murdoch Mysteries for a long time. Did you guys ever watch the Murdoch Mysteries? Those were good too. Oh, cool. So a lady examiner in Florida, Dr. Something. Does anybody know what that one is? Yes, Murdoch Mysteries. That was just a good show. I used to fall asleep listening to. Okay, somebody else has mentioned that before. Dr. G, medical examiner. So is that on? Is that streaming or is that a podcast? Where do you all see it? Amazon Prime. Okay, I'll check it out. I'm working. If you guys are wondering, I'm working on this cowl that I've been working on with the Advent colors. And I'm thinking about it is at about, let's see how long it is. It's almost 10 inches. Ooh, she gave testimony at the Casey Anthony trial. Oh, I know. This is what I took with me when I went on my walk. I know. And the wind was just blowing it all around, and I'm like, I'm really trying to do this. The walking and the knitting wasn't the problem. The wind was the problem. Huh. I'll wipe that down too. Body bags. Scarpetta. Yes, I've heard that name. Is that a true crime writer, Lori? I'm seriously thinking about purchasing several of Anne Rule's audiobooks. I know the wind was, everything's blowing around on my arm. I'm really trying. The wind was just crazy. So anyway, I think I'm going to probably go a little farther, and then I'm going to put the ribbing on this because it actually, let's see, you can do this without, it actually is pretty long. And could actually come up right in here. So I could finish this up. Now let's see how many stitches I lost. Yep, a bunch. One moment. Be right back with y'all. I should have put the stoppers on. Silly me. Okay, I think I'm good. Thank you. Oh, Patricia Cornwall. Okay, yes. Hi, Amanda. So a podcast is, honestly, people just say podcast, but audio podcast. What we do here on YouTube, a lot of people call a podcast, but honestly, it's not, because a podcast generally is done on audio. So it's kind of just kind of one of those things. But what it is where it's like streaming, but you go listen to it. You can go listen to the stories online on a platform like iTunes or iHeartRadio, or, well, there's a whole lot of platforms out there that support strictly audio, and people record themselves and put out episodes of just their voice. So there's no video whatsoever. So that's typically what a podcast is. We've just taken poetic license and run with it on YouTube. Thank you, those leaving. I am probably going to finish up here very soon. Oh, you got some bad wind over there? Oh, no. Oh, we have had nothing but wind here. Yeah, kind of like an audiobook. Yeah. I know. She was so good at telling these stories. So very good. And she's forensic psychology. Interesting. I bet that's good. Yeah, still looking at snow. I'm not complaining. I'm happy that we're past all of that yucky stuff. Trust me. So, what do you guys want me to cover on the next episode of Stitch and Crime? I understand. Well, see, and I don't have paid TV either. I do the streaming, and I do some streaming. They weren't very close. They were within a couple hours of me, but nothing ever got real bad around here. Yep, you're right. That is brutal. Yes, what do we want to talk about on the next one? So some of the things that I have earmarked to talk about, some of the cases. I have the Chandler Halderson case. If you guys want to talk about that or not, let me know. Does anybody want to talk about that one? That is he killed his parents. The Todt case. Okay. I've got to vote for the Todt case. I have started to look up some of the other things. I will talk about what you have mentioned to me. I have heard something about the Haley Cummings case. Sandra Cantu, she's the little girl in the suitcase. Michael Woodmansey, Michelle Notek, Robert Picton from Canada, and Stephanie Lazarus. I have looked up information on all of those, but I have not done a really, in-depth look onto them. I have been wanting to talk about the Scott Peterson case. So a couple of votes for the Todt case. I do want to say thank you for those of you that are watching this back. I really appreciate your watching it, your replays. Thank you to my moderators for being here. Lori, I hope you feel better. Thank you all for coming tonight. I know, I really want to cover the Scott Peterson case, you guys. I really want to. I know. Halderson was just, yes, he was evil. Definitely evil. Delfont. Yeah, don't marry a Peterson. Oh, y'all are so nice. What is the Delfont case? I'm not, let me write that down because I'll have to look that up. That's not ringing a bell for some reason. Good night, Adele. Thank you for being here. See, I knew you were watching. Those that are watching that don't participate in the chat, love having you too. You don't have to participate. It's absolutely okay with me. I'm just so glad you're here. Yeah, I don't know that one. I'll look that one up though. I really, really would like to cover the Peterson case. If you guys are okay with that, that's what we'll do next Friday. Now, this Friday, I'm off. So next Wednesday is Lori and I will do Floozy and a Vixen, and Friday will be a Stitch and Crime. I know, they still think he's innocent. Oh, Delphi. The Delphi. I don't have anything new on the Delphi case. I need to go back and that is a good idea. It absolutely is a good idea. So let me see what else I can put together on the Delphi case and see if we can talk about that, because I'm not convinced, you guys, on this way that everything is going. Okay, because the Delphi case, they're wanting to blame this guy, this Anthony Shots profile. I'm just not convinced that is right. I just don't I really don't, I don't know. They seem to want to talk about that, but I think it's because the nature of what he was doing brought him into the case because he came into contact with the girls. Okay, and they're delving into that. I mean, I can see why people think that, and that's why I've been listening to the Murder Sheet, and you can find them also on the Murder Sheet is also on YouTube, and you can go back and listen to those also. So any of these podcasts we talk about, if you look these names up on YouTube, some of them have a YouTube channel where you can just listen. They don't there's no video, but they're playing it in relation so that they cover more ground, get more people involved with their podcasts. That's what it feels like to me, Alicia. It feels like they're stirring the pot on that, and I feel like so they've got him in jail, if they felt like they really had anything on him and his father, I don't get why that hasn't happened. So I'm just not believing it. Could be wrong. Next Friday, Lacey. Unless I come in before that, I'm thinking about trying to fit in a live somewhere, which is like at a different time of the day so that I can get more people from, say, the UK, Britain, that kind of thing. But what I need to know is what time would work. So, yeah, you can definitely do that with the I'll write it in the chat for you. Um, and this is the Murder Sheet is the podcast who did that. They had a leak, and the Murder Sheet found it, and now it's out there being talked about. Yeah, so 12 p.m. here is 5 p.m. UK. Wait, right. No, it's 6 hours. For me, it's 6 hours. So, like, they're later. So if it's 6 here, it'd be 12 o'clock noon there. Okay. Yes, that's what I'd like to do, Lacey. But what would be, yeah, I'm just talking about my time, Texas time. You were right, but Texas time, yeah. Um, so what would be a good time is what I'm trying to say to catch you. So if I were to do something like that, Lacey, what would be a good time? Because like it's 1 o'clock in the morning for you over there. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Hi, Glow. How are you? We're talking crime. We're about to go here pretty soon. So, see, would you like an early morning kind of thing? So, if you did, so if, well, see, so for noon, to get it about noon over there, it'd be 6 o'clock in the morning here. Hi, Frozen. Your package is on the way. Your winnings. Yeah. So even if I did like 7 in the morning, I have 5 packages right now. Oh, let me see. Oh, okay, so do it later. So do it noon my time, and then you would be good. Okay. I got one from Amy. Verna. Sharon, are you in Rhode Island, Sharon? I got it. I've got one from Esmeralda. I got one from Lori Armstrong and Christina Crafty Critter. Y'all have to see this. This is just too cute. Y'all see this when I open it? I'll cover, but look what she did. Look what Sharon did. That is so good. Perfect. No, I'm not going to open them. Not now. She just wanted to know if I got it. No, I'm not going to stay and open them. I'm going to do that on a video. But yes, I got it. She did a great job drawing that. It's wonderful. Okay, you guys, I am going to call it a night. And I just finished. Listen to this. Today I went and picked up a purchase that I made off of Facebook Marketplace. And I'm going to blame Miguel. Well, I can't blame Miguel. I can't blame you, Miguel, but you're rubbing off on me. But that video will be posted the next day or so. And I'll show y'all what I got. I've got to edit. I know, right, Lori? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I have all of the squares for Duty Ron's blanket are. I've done the white around all of them, and I'm on the first stack of putting the navy around all of them. I have 2 more stacks to go, and then I can start putting them. Then I can lay them all out and see how I want them, and start attaching them together for the blanket. Then once they're attached, then I will do the border around the outside. So I'm making progress. So take care, everybody. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I really enjoyed doing this. This was fun. I will have more updates and more things to kind of go over. I like that I had it all right here where I could kind of go through them with you. I think that's probably what I will keep doing. So you guys take care. Have fun today. I love you, Chelsea. I love you, Carrie. I love you, Sailor. I love you, Solomon, and I love you, Oliver. They may not be listening though, because this is like, stuff they're not supposed to hear. And I will talk to you guys later. Love y'all and have fun today.